Hello, today we are going to talk about the past, present, and future of education, starting with the past. Many years ago, education was not like we know it today. In the past, only certain people could study. Education was a privilege for the rich or for people from important families. Children from poor families didn't have many opportunities to go to school, and many of them had to work from a young age to help at home. In the first schools, materials were very simple. There were no books like the ones we use today, and definitely no computers or the internet. Teachers used wooden boards and chalk, and in some cases, very old books that were passed down through generations. Students wrote on small slates with chalk and learned mostly by memorizing. During the 19th and 20th centuries, education became a bit more organized. Public schools were created, but not everyone could attend. For example, in many countries, girls couldn't go to school or they were only allowed to learn things related to home life, like cooking, sewing, or childcare. Meanwhile, boys learned math, reading, and a bit of history or geography. Also, during that time, discipline was very strict. Teachers had a lot of authority and students had to stay quiet, follow orders, and memorize everything without asking questions. In some cases, if a child misbehaved or made mistakes, they could be physically punished, something that is now banned and considered unacceptable. In the countryside or rural areas, it was even harder to get an education. There were few teachers and often no teachers taught at grades in the same classroom. Some children had to walk long distances to get to school, and others couldn't attend because they had to work on the farm or take care of animals.
As time passed, all of this began to change. By the middle of the 20th century, many countries started to see education as a right for everyone. More schools were built, more teachers were hired, and new subjects were added, like sciences, art, physical education, and more recently, technology and computer studies. Education for women also improved a lot. Slowly, girls started going to school just like boys, and today they can study any career they want, like medicine and engineering, law, or science. Teaching methods also changed a lot now. Teachers want students to participate, share their opinions, work in teams, and learn in more dynamic and creative way. Technologies like computers, tablets, and the internet have made learning more accessible and fun. Today, we can even study from home or take online classes. In conclusion, the past of education was very different from today. Even though there were many limitations back then, thanks to many changes and the fight for equality, we now have a more open, inclusive, and fair education system. There's still work to do, but we've made great progress.
Today I will talk a little about education today. Education is changing. We still have normal classroom, but online learning is growing. We now use more technology, like tablets, apps, and smartphones. Teaching is now more about the students. Students work on projects and groups. Schools also try to include everyone and give all students the same chance. But there are still problems. Some classes have too many students. Schools don't always have enough things. Teachers get tired. Students need help with their feeling and learning in their own way. Still, education is getting better, more open, more fair, and ready for the future.
Continue talking about the topic of education, we're going to touch this chase, the future of the same topic. The step one we touch in this case is the teacher's role in the future. They continue is it they continue with his job or will be changed for AI or technology? Too much people think the teacher aren't among us in the future because the technology can do the same work than the real professional. That cannot happen. AI will not copy 100% activities that teachers do. Although teachers will not have the same respect they had many years ago, but it will continue to be a current job. It is not the same to be a being of flesh and body than a machine with a robotic voice. Teachers in the future need adapting the new system. Technology are amazing, and teachers need teaching how to think. With this society that is easily just put the long hand and receive everything, that's a problem to take care. They too need to be more carefully with the students. In this situation, put attention at the attitudes they take if they are not a problem, if they are not okay, if or if they just want to talk. Other thing to talk about the future of education is the technology in the schools. It is a problem because many schools don't have a furniture for a good place. So we need to unite forces for every schools have a computer or good furniture for a good education for the kids. Also, it will be a good help for students if they don't know how to use.
IA can be a great support in education. For example, it can personalize learning. This means that IA can adapt to each student level, needs and learning style. It can help students learn faster and understand better. Food tier are as slow change. Some people think yeah, meat replace teachers or make students too dependent on technology as also not version and today's tools, so it could increase inequality. In the future, educational technologies will become even more digital, but not only that, we may also see virtually reality classroom, hologram teachers, and smart devices that track learning progress in real time, but human interaction will still be important. Teachers will not despair, they will change their roles to guide, support, and inspire students will handle repetitive tasks. In conclusion, IA can be a powerful ally in education if we use it responsibly. The key is to combine technology with humans who values creativity and critical thinking.